Alright, let's peep this out. Level 60 Thief Hat, 15 dex. Easily 500 USD minus taxes. The level 60 POW, a tragic item, but still an upgrade from before. 125 USD. The top, let's not even talk about this one. $2 at best. The pants, pretty good, but low level. The shoes and earrings, 9 dex. Decent, but nothing special. Cape and ring, this is worth nothing. Maybe around $2. Broken glasses. Man, if these were tradable, they'd be like 500 as well, but they're usually not. 0 USD. And of course you can't forget the weapon. This one's worth nothing, because it's untradeable. 1127 USD for my fit. This is the kind of money it takes to be a Dexless Sin in old school maplestory. I could go sell this now and try my luck at Vegas, but we're forgetting one last ingredient for this elusive class. Ilbies. Oh look, I'm out of throwing stars, so I'm throwing rocks instead. They don't do quite as much damage, so I'm gonna head back to town. Hey guys, welcome back, and if you weren't aware, Nexon America's been rolling out classic Maple content in hopes to spread awareness of their new old-school MMORPG that's gonna take the internet over by storm for whoever knows how long. I'd give them a year. And just in case you give this game a shot, there's gonna be a couple of hidden rules to be learned before entering the Maplescape. By the time this video's out, closed beta will have begun. My advice would be to pay close attention to what happens there, because it'll predict exactly what will happen in the main game's release. Disturbingly accurate down to the last detail. I think Nexon is sort of aware of this, making test phase only last about a week. In Maplestory, there's the mage and the thief. Nothing else matters if you ask someone who's truly been playing this game. If you want to be rich, go the mage. And if you want to be strong, go the thief. But why not both? Do you want to become a Dexless Sin in Maple Classic free of charge, $0 spent? Do you want to know what it feels like after all these years of being a no-skill henny-ho broke boy? Then you've clicked on the right video, The Art of the Dexless Sin, a simple guide on how to play the strongest class in the game. While the mage may be the obvious choice for simpletons who want to farm all day, the Dexless Sin is the antithesis to that. They require courage, bravery, a little bit of hands, and lots of luck. Here are 6-7 tips you gotta know on the Night Lord.
Because no one else would give it a home.
In OSMS, Ilbies are number 1. There's a very good reason for this. Take a look at every mob that drops Ilbies. There are only 5 monsters in the entire game that drop them. And would you look at that? The only 2 monsters available in Victoria Island that might have Ilbies are bosses. Bosses on a heavy cooldown with scalpers definitely waiting for them too. They're strong, definitely stronger than you. That's what it's all about in OSMS. Survival of the fittest. I'm not sure if this was an intentional move on Wizard's part, but it built the foundation of sweaty mapling nerds that we see swarming not only the internet, but in the corporate real world as well. My fellow Giga Chud neats, be prepared for the massive influx of Era 1 Maplers coming back with a fat paycheck to spend on Maple. Collaboration over conflicts. But back to my point. When Maple Classic releases, there's only going to be Second Job plus Victoria Island available, meaning that Ilbies will be nowhere to be found, unless someone gets really lucky. The very first few pairs of Ilbies to ever exist in Maple Classic will be worth over a bag. Don't ask me why I know this, just wait and see for yourself. So tip number 1, get yourself some Steelies over Ilbies. If you get strong enough before Osiria releases, farm on these maps here. If Ilbies are gold, then Steelies are silver, and there's nothing wrong with a little bit of silver. Remember this because this point will be very important in the next video. Sins are only broken when they receive funding and are quite honestly dog shit without the right gear. And since Sins are popular, scrolls and equipment for Sins will always be expensive. And to the whales, you're gonna want to get Hwabbies for your Sin. 29 attack, level 10 requirement. If Ilbies cost 1,000, Hwabbies are gonna be sold at 3 times that price. It may not visually seem like it, but they're the new Crystal Ilbies. Should we change up the music? Oh, Steelies! I'm sure there's already a handful of you preparing to write something in the comments by now, but to truly become a Dexless Sin, there's only one rule. Stick to 25 decks. Everything else you do afterwards is your oyster. If that means you're gonna stick to the Garnier that the Dark Lord himself gives you, then so be it. But to keep it brief, tip number 2, get the Meba. Let me explain why. The max attack speed the assassin can possess is 2. This just means how fast a character can swing their weapon, thieves being the fastest out of everyone. So now you might be saying, why should I invest in a Meba? Simple, really. It's kind of similar to why the 10 attack work gloves were so valuable. It's equipable at level 25, far before you unlock Claw Booster. You'll be shooting faster than anyone else at that level range with a Meba, and even bandits can make use of it too. The more I see these changes, the more I'm happy for my boy Sinded D. Now all we gotta find out is if Dagger Mastery's crit chance can work on the Claw. Meba now requires 25 decks. Reason being is advancing to a thief no longer requires 25 decks. This means you need 4 less decks to be able to equip it than usual, which is an amazing sleeper buff to the Dexless Sin. If you get 10 from scrolling a Sauna robe with 100s, that's only 11 more decks to go before you can permanently wear your gear of choice until the future. Assuming Nexon hasn't changed anything else like the attack speed threshold, if you really want to play the assassin class, Dexless or not, you're gonna want to pick up a Meba and scroll it nice. Oh, savior! Second lease at life. Yes! I need this so badly, my gang. All right, here we go. Yes. 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 Oh my god, Chicha. Come on, son. Let's go. Depending on who you ask, quests are either a core part of your gameplay, or you cease all questing once you get your ass out of Maple Island. Sure, there are party quests, but those are completely different. Quests are a one-time thing, while party quests can be repeated endlessly. They give good loot along with decent EXP. Just remember that the only PQ available upon launch will be kerning party quests, so make sure to spam those if you want an advantage on other players. And just for you guys, I've gone and highlighted all the quests worth doing in Victoria Island. If you're not a quester like I am, don't worry. Here are a few quests that are definitely worth your time. But in general, tip number 3, do the quests. They've juiced them up in Classic and usually aren't a complete waste of time. After years of experience and intense contemplation, the internet has decided that the best, most efficient way to scroll your equipment is to land a 10% on the first slot, and whatever you do afterwards is your choice. 60s, 100s, more 10s, whatever. It just makes sense, especially when you can find the desired item from a store or it's easily craftable. Work gloves is a great example of this. In maplestory Classic, you can scroll your glove for weapon attack, accuracy, or crit rate. What stat that you decide will depend on your preference and what you need at any given time while you're leveling up. Let's talk about weapon attack for a sec, because this is important. Everyone knows in OSMS, even a singular point of attack is a huge buff to your damage. But there's this new form of stat that you might have seen called attack power. What is attack power? Well, Rage gives it, the new Steel buff gives attack power, along with things like Warrior Pot, Drake's Blood, and even Cider now gives attack power. Cool thing about attack power is that it's stackable. You get a really nice combo going with the right setup, giving you some bonus damage while you're training. But here's the thing. Apparently attack power is equivalent to about... You're not gonna like this. One fucking substat worth of damage, like Dex on a Sin or Strength on a Hunter. So it's a complete scam. Weapon attack is very scarce in Classic maplestory, believe it or not. The mantra of every point counts is so much more prominent in Classic, meaning there might truly be a benefit of going the 10 attack work gloves over the 10% crit gloves. Whether you're going crit chance or attack though, remember tip number 4. Always throw a 10% on the first slot. Yes, even the now shittier 10% greater scroll. You can always replace a piece of equipment, but you can never replace the upgrade slots that they have. And if you think you're gonna be getting Chaos Scrolls easily, I hope your plan involves spending thousands on the new old-school mushroom game. Getting even marginally stronger than other people in MapleStory was quite difficult. It's hard to gain levels unless you were unemployed. It's hard to get elite weapons unless you were rich. And it was hard to scroll unless you were lucky. Scrolling is such an anomaly in Maple because it's almost the reverse of how rates work nowadays. Nowadays, you have no idea what the percent of something happening is when gambling in Maple. But with scrolls, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. A 10% is still a 10% chance even if you fail the past 47 10% scrolls in a row. Some people believe in fail stacking, some people don't. Some people believe in dummy scrolling, some people don't. And some people believe in tip number 5, scroll service, the act of scrolling for somebody else. And you should definitely practice this if you aren't already. There are some pretty legit reasons to participate in scroll service. Maybe the item is too high level, or it's for a different class, or heavens forbid that perhaps the scroll is untradeable. But most importantly, you should scroll your friends' equips because there's just an unexplainable higher chance of success of a scroll for any item that does not belong to you. I'm pretty sure it's to make up for the fact that there's this unexplainable lower chance for your own scrolls to succeed. Like sometimes a 60% scroll does not feel like a 60. It's just a chore to scroll anyway, unless you're an addict like me. Hell, if you're anything like me, you're probably interested in going the Dexless Sin in Maple Classic. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dex is important, especially in Classic Maple. If you didn't know, Dex has gone through some changes. Dex lost its avoidability, but gains defense per couple points. So now you're gonna start seeing all these super tanky archers. I can honestly see them competing with warriors for training spots, which is pretty cute, but on the other side of the coin, luck got gutted by its removal of the accuracy stat for every 3 luck. This is the change that made the internet decide the Dexless Sin is no longer viable. And now that helmet, accessory, glove, and even shoes don't give dex through scrolls anymore, it just seems that the Dexless Sin meta is over. And to top it off, Claw Mastery's accuracy is replaced with, you guessed it, attack fucking power. Bonus tip, leave Claw Mastery at level 5. Although I hate to admit it, the most important tip of this video, tip number 6, go low dex and add points when necessary. It may cost you a couple AP resets along the way, but this is the go-to strat and you'll be seeing a lot of real professionals rock this method. Not only that, but that bonus dex has not gone to waste. Although you'll sacrifice some damage, you'll be able to equip your best available gear for your level. Weapon attack is crucial after all, but I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Alright, are the losers gone? Good, because here's tip number 7. When you're finally done being a baby, be a man and go Dexless. Pump all your points into luck, and either pray that you can hit a mob, or stay in the exact same map you were farming before until you can. People forget that the Maplers who love the Thief class are those who seek the Gambas. They live and die by the scrolls that they have, trying to even get just a single point more of Dex elsewhere. Or in this case, accuracy. Your main goal is to get 25 Dex for a meta, and honestly after that, focus on getting as much accuracy as you can. There are more options than you might think. And I don't care what anyone says. Having more evasion is the ultimate goal. Getting 10 purple misses in a row is the greatest feeling in Maple kind. Want to talk about gambling? Forget about the swing and stab meta. We talk about the Dexless Sin. And don't give me none of that, oh, Dexless Sin was so boring. Tell me your experience of OSMS is from a private server without telling me. No one said it was gonna be easy. Take it from the OG man himself, Thang Din. What was your very first Dexless Sin like anyways?
My Hermit had really messed up the stats by the time it got to level 120, so I made a new Dexless Sin. I wanted to keep playing the old one because people recognize the name.
Wait, so you weren't Dexless in the beginning. Then what were your stats like?
For a complete historical accurate cosplay, they needed 40 strength and 50 int or something like that.
Okay, 50 int is crazy. Did you guys know about HP washing back then?
I think we figured out HP washing just before the 4th job came out. I don't remember who it was, but we had a guild MP washing set. It was like a black umbrella, purple adventure cape, and some int shoot, and I think 30 int sauna rope, something like that. You were such making funny sentences to me.
And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. By the way, I'm gonna be playing Classic Maple's closed beta this week, so come check it out. I'll be playing the Archer, but I don't know what job advance to pick. My main goal is to find out whether or not bow whacking is still a thing for Archer, or if Bandit's dagger mastery crit is limited to daggers only. Maybe they even got rid of the punch attack. Could you imagine? Oh, and subscribe! Definitely subscribe.